Hello, it's Wednesday, August 26th, and today we're going to be looking at Daniel chapter 5 together. I encourage you to read Daniel 5, and if you want to read online, I've posted a link along with this video. Now in Daniel 5, we get the account of the fall of the Babylonian Empire. The Babylonians were the people that took the remainder of God's people into captivity. And the Babylonians were at this time the greatest empire that at least the Middle East had ever seen. Maybe the world had ever seen at this point. And in our passage, God predicts that the Babylonian Empire is going to come to an end. That the Medes and the Persians are going to come in and take over. And towards the end of this chapter, we get a statement that really gives us sort of the theme of the whole book of Daniel. Daniel says to the king, "The Most High God is sovereign over all kingdoms on earth and sets over them anyone he wishes." And this is really what the book of Daniel is about, more than anything. It's about the fact that God is in control of the world. There may be great and powerful kings like Nebuchadnezzar or this king Belshazzar or Darius that we see coming in at the end of this passage that we'll see more tomorrow. But God is really the world power. God determines when kingdoms rise and kingdoms fall. He determines when nations and control the world economy and when they don't control the world economy. The same thing comes up earlier in the book of Daniel in chapter 2. Let me read a couple verses there. "Praise be to the name of God, forever and ever. Wisdom and power are his. He changes times and seasons. He deposes kings and raises up others. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to the discerning." Throughout human history and in our world today, people have worried about power. Who's in power? Who has control? What nation is the strongest? Who's the king? Who's the president? Who's the prime minister? And the book of Daniel says that behind and beyond all of these things is God. And God is ultimately in control. And God will have kings come and go. He'll have leaders come and go. But God is really in control. And we need to honor God much more than we should be worried about the nations or about leaders. Because God will work through leaders as he chooses, and God will remove and raise up leaders as he chooses. But God is in control, and God is working out his purposes. And we know that God's purposes are always for his people's good. So that's my thought with today's reading. If you'd like to share your own thoughts or comments, please go ahead and do so. Otherwise, thanks again for watching. Have a wonderful day.